My alien friend's mother invited me over. I couldn't figure out her reason at first. Lila, my closest friend since freshman year of college, wasn't human. She came from a planet called Vera, orbiting a quiet red star far beyond the Orion Arm. Most humans never met a Veran, but Lila looked almost like us. Tall, with smooth silver skin that shimmered faintly in sunlight, and eyes like liquid amber. She wore human clothes, laughed at our jokes, and even cried during sad movies. Still, there were things she never talked about, especially her family. So when Lila's mother, Mayela, sent a formal message through the Interspecies Liaison Office asking me to visit their home in the Veyron Embassy District, I was nervous. The embassy sat on the edge of the city, surrounded by tall trees that glowed softly at night. Lila hadn't mentioned this visit. She just gave me a tight hug before I left and whispered, "Trust her." The house was quiet when I arrived. No doorbell, just a smooth panel that lit up as I approached. It slid open without sound. Inside, the air smelled like rain and warm stone. Mayela stood in the center of the room, taller than Lila, her silver skin etched with fine, glowing lines that pulsed slowly, like a heartbeat made visible. She wore a long robe woven from something that looked like starlight. "You are Grace," she said. Her voice was calm, deep, and carried a strange echo as if two people spoke at once. "Yes," I replied, trying not to stare. "Thank you for inviting me." Mayela gestured to a low table where 2 cups sat, filled with a pale blue liquid. "Sit. Drink. It will help you understand." I hesitated, but something in her eyes, kindness maybe or sorrow, made me obey. The drink tasted like mint and honey, cool and light. Almost instantly, my thoughts slowed and the room seemed to hum around me. "Lila told me you saved her life," Mayela said. I blinked. "I didn't, on campus. Last winter. The ice storm. She slipped on the bridge. You pulled her from the river before the current took her. I remembered that day. The freezing water. Lila's silver skin turning dull, her breath shallow. I dragged her out, wrapped her in my coat, and called for help. Anyone would have done it. Not anyone, Mayela said gently. Most humans fear what they do not understand. You did not fear her. You saw her as a person. She stood and walked to a wall lined with smooth panels. With a touch, one opened, revealing a small chamber inside. Within it floated a single object. A teardrop-shaped crystal glowing with soft white light. "This is a soul vessel," Mayela said. "In our culture, when a Veran dies, their memories, their essence, are stored here. It is sacred. Only family may hold it." She turned to me, her amber eyes serious. "Lila is dying." My breath caught. "What? No, she seemed fine. She's in class. Her body is failing," Mayela interrupted softly. "A sickness from Earth's atmosphere. Our kind cannot live long under your yellow sun. We age faster here. She has months, maybe weeks." Tears filled my eyes. "Why didn't she tell me?" "Because she did not want you to suffer. She loves you, Grace, more than you know." Mayela stepped closer. "There is a way to save her, but it requires a human bond. A true one. Not friendship. Not kindness. A soul link I didn't understand." "What's that?" "A joining of life forces. One gives part of their own life energy to the other. It is rare, dangerous, and only possible if both hearts are open without condition." I swallowed hard. "You want me to do this?" "I cannot ask. Only offer the choice. If you agree, you will share her fate. If she lives, you live. If she weakens, you weaken. Your lives become one thread." I thought of Lila, laughing in the library, sharing fries at midnight, staying up all night helping me study for finals. She never made me feel like an outsider, even when others whispered about her. She saw me. Really saw me. "Yes," I said without hesitation. "I'll do it." Mayela nodded as if she'd expected nothing less. She led me to the center of the room, where a circle of soft light appeared on the floor. "Stand here. Hold the vessel." I stepped into the circle. The crystal floated into my hands, warm and humming. Mayela began to chant in a language that sounded like wind through glass. The room brightened. The walls vanished. Suddenly, I was standing in a field under twin moons, grass glowing beneath my feet. Lila appeared before me, wearing the same silver robe as her mother. She looked tired, but her smile was real. "You came," she whispered. "Of course I did," I said, tears falling freely now. "You idiot. Why didn't you tell me?" "I didn't want you to hurt. Too late for that." She reached for my hand. Our fingers touched and a surge of warmth spread through me. Memories flashed. Her childhood on Vera, her loneliness on Earth, the moment she first saw me in the cafeteria and thought, maybe here, I can belong. Then came pain, sharp and deep as something inside me stretched and split. It wasn't physical. It was deeper, like a piece of my soul peeled away and wove itself into hers. The field faded. I was back in the room on my knees, gasping. Lila knelt beside me, her skin brighter, her eyes clearer. The dullness was gone. It worked, Mayla said, her voice thick with emotion. The bond is sealed. Lila hugged me tightly. You didn't have to do this. Yes, I did, I whispered. Because you're my best friend, and I'd give anything to keep you here. In the weeks that followed, Lila grew stronger. Her silver skin gleamed again. She laughed louder, walked taller. And I felt different too, not weaker but fuller. Like I carried a quiet light inside me now. We still went to class, still ate fries at midnight. But now sometimes when we sat in silence I could feel her thoughts brushing against mine. Soft, warm, grateful. Mayla never asked to see me again. But one evening a small package arrived at my dorm. Inside was a bracelet made of the same starlight fabric she'd worn, and a note. Thank you for loving my daughter as she is. Lila and I never spoke much about that day in the embassy. We didn't need to. The bond was enough. And in a world that often feared what it didn't understand, we had found something rare. A friendship that crossed stars, species, and even death itself. Years later, when humans finally visited Vera, Lila and I stood together on the observation deck of the first colony ship. The red sun rose over silver mountains and she squeezed my hand. Home, she said. Home, I agreed. And for the first time, it truly felt like one.